Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you guys to smash that like button, and if it's your first time here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so you don't miss a single video and you're up to date on our chart analysis here with 42 Vision. So BBIG Stock Vinco Ventures Inc. has actually fallen on the distribution date. Now this is the long awaited distribution date everyone was waiting for, and since way back in January, May, and many months back, right? And even in February, all these months up to March and the dip and the back up, I always stated that there was going to be rips and dips, and the volatility in the overall market isn't going anywhere, right? And I was going to go ahead and try to maximize, just my personal opinion, not financial advice. I could be completely wrong. Just my perspective alone on how I was going to approach things in the market, right? Not just with BBIG, just any stock. I'm going to go ahead and maximize within the volatility. And if you look at this chart, you could see how much trading behavior the stock has had. Whether the bulls and the bears were putting up a fight, whether the longs and the shorts, at the end of the day, the stock moved up and the stock has moved down. Now, some people are bullish long term on BBIG, and I respect that. But that's not just for BBIG. There's a lot of people that are bullish long term on many stocks. Doesn't mean that stocks can't be traded, right? So today the distribution date came out. A lot of people were anticipating that once the distribution happened in May, it was going to be a big deal. Well, it got pushed back. Here we are in June. And now here we are seeing the reality of what was going to happen after distribution and even slightly before it, right? Because the euphoria and the speculation slows down, and I broke it down in my videos. When we broke down the Tyde, a lot of people would ask questions about it, and we're going to discuss it in today's video, and I'm going to share with you guys some of the things I'm seeing here in the charts that are going to be significant for anyone that is looking to hold long term or anything like that. So before we break it all down, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edge and clarity over the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord and getting connected over to our 42 Vision indicators and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the stocks I mentioned this morning gave jumps of 5 to 10%, 10% plus, but our home run of the day turned out to be our Apple bot. We just released this one this week. And our Apple bot sent out a bull indicator at 9:50 a.m. And from that moment forward, call options went up 100% plus at their highest point of possibility within an hour. And if you guys want to receive this edge and clarity within the charts and know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description once again to the Discord and our 42 Vision indicators and getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and let's jump into these charts. So here we are with BBIG Stock Vinco Ventures Inc. and going down towards the 52-week low, right? It's trying to fight here within these support levels, and if it breaks through it, we may see a new 52-week low for BBIG. Now, I want to share with you guys why BBIG is falling. I said it before how it was possibly going to lose value because technically speaking and fundamentally, the Kryptide spinoff was taking some of the value that BBIG already had and turning it into its own entity. So it actually was part of BBIG's share price because it was part of the enterprise, and now it's been removed. We talked about this in previous videos. Some people agreed with me, some people disagreed with me, and that's fine. But I am here to go ahead and confirm that, right? Because this article even shares it, and it's something that's already being shown in the chart. I mean, from the moment that Kryptide was actually delayed and postponed, you could see in the charts how it's been pulling downwards. Now I'm going to pull up the bull and bear indicators, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicator, getting connected over to the SPY bot, our QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction by receiving this clarity and edge over the chart. So when you look at BBIG here, since May, leading up towards, right, the distribution date, which was actually the 27th. And a few days before that, it was announced that it was going to go ahead and be delayed. It was already under a bear indicator on 42 vision and the bull and bear indicators, right? And you could see how it went upwards. And I stated every single day that time period, if no bull indicator pops up leading up to distribution or even before it, this could actually turn out to dominate the chart and the overall picture might continue downwards, especially if it shifted back into dark green with red borders and red bars. And here we are into a dip area going into June. And then since it hit that dip area, every single time the chart hits a dip area, it tries to consolidate, find support, and reverse back up and do a full transition. And you could see it right there from June 2nd to the 6th, the 10th, finally found a bottom, bounced back up, no bull indicators, finally got a slight bull indicator here from 208 to highs here of 229, about 10%. But from the dip area on 42 vision, white with red borders, to the bright green, it did a full transition. And I like to call this the rip area, right? Now, it's doing a full transition to the downside within the spikes in volatility. A bear indicator popped up in the middle of it at 211, came back up to 238, and we're going back down, and we're slightly below it right now. And this is based off the 4 hour, right? The bigger picture. Now, on the 30-minute, things are a little bit more volatile, but you could see it's been under a bear indicator since 221 on the 23rd, and things have done a complete shift from the rip area, bright green, into a dip area, white with red borders. So some could argue that it's going to try to bounce from here, but if it breaks through this support 190, the next support level is 180, and below that will be 150, okay? And those are some low numbers. And I'm going to share with you guys why the stock has been falling and why those numbers are possible if further weakness actually accelerates, right? Because the only ones that can hold this up, apart from the bulls, is actually the shorts covering and not repositioning and doubling down on their short positions, okay? So let's look at this article together. So this article states here, BBIG stock falls 5% on the Kryptide spinoff distribution date, right? After it was actually postponed, the distribution date that just happened. And a lot of people already know that the record date was May 18th, and they were entitled to receive shares of TYDEV on a 10-to-1 basis relative to BBIG stock. So for every 10 BBIG stock share, 1 Tyde, right? That's the spinoff. Now, when you read through all of this, it tells you everything going on since May, so forth. But it states here what the future holds for Tyde and BBIG. So it's going to be sure a decline to be seen in BBIG stock. And it's not surprising based off this article, because when shares go ex-dividend, the market corrects their valuation to basically reflect the fact that the new shareholders will not receive the payout to be in cash or equity base. Moving forward, Vinco and Kryptide will now tackle the market as separate entities, okay? I said that since way back at the beginning of the year. I've said it in multiple videos, and that's what this spin-off means, right? Like, it's spinning off from BBIG. It was part of the value that BBIG already had, and now it's being taken from it. So when this whole spin-off dividend is actually being placed, it's not really a new value of $10, right? Or a new value of, for every 10 BBIG, you get 1 share of Kryptide. It's actually value that was already in BBIG, and it's kind of just taken actually out of it, and it's going to hurt the holders. I said that many, many times. Now, a lot of people can state and argue that they believe BBIG has a huge, huge potential with all of their different partnerships and their different avenues, right, of income. And that's cool. And I'm all for it. There's always a bullish case for all types of stocks, right? As I always state, nothing that I share is financial advice. This is just my perspective and opinions alone. And we go off of the charts and what 42 Vision is showing us, and having the bull and bear indicators as extra layers of confirmation. And right now we're under a bear indicator. And on the 1 day, we've been under a bear indicator since May 11th. Through all the volatility, no bull indicators, and on the 4 hour, we've been under a bear indicator since May 22nd, right? Way back up here, May 19th. a few days after. And right now in June, it tried to cancel out, and we've been under a bear indicator since June 22nd. So when you really look at this in the bigger picture, the bearish indications have been dominating, right? And this whole spin-off, ex-dividend record date and distribution date actually being postponed obviously demotivated a lot of investors of their bullish stance and approach. And I understand that. I mean, that is something to expect from investors that actually were bullish and excited about this, and then being actually told, hey, just kidding, it's going to happen a month or two from now. We don't even know the date yet. And they just announced it just a few days ago. And here we are. Today's the date and the distribution has happened. So when you look at all of this, yes, they're going to be separate entities, and BBIG stock is going to be in a corrective mode, trying to value itself without Kryptide being part of it. This is why the support levels of 180, 150 are the support levels I'm watching, and they're a possibility. Not guaranteed to happen, but definitely levels to be watching and aware of. And for the bulls that see this long term, that's fine. But going into tomorrow, specifically when it comes to trading opportunities or anything that's in movement, tomorrow's support level, the first one is obviously 190. Below that will be around 170s, 150. And to the upside, we want to see this get back above $2. Being below $2 is in a very bearish stance and giving the whole entire leverage and potential to the shorts to continue to put on pressure. And the bulls are going to be struggling to move this any higher in the near term, right? I don't know about the long term. No one knows the long term. I'm just speaking about what we see right now in the charts and going into tomorrow. So right now we are under a bear indicator on multiple time frames, and everything that's going on is no surprise, just like the article states, because Kryptide's value is being taken away from BBIG, which was already incorporated in it, and turning into its own entity. Even though they're under the same umbrella, they're two separate companies being valued separately. And that value of Kryptide was once part of BBIG's value, and it no longer is. So we need to see what's going on here, and if the shorts can get squeezed in the near term in the next few weeks or months, or are the shorts going to go ahead and put more pressure and bring this down to newer levels not seen in the 52-week lows. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.